I get it. You want to become OP early game and take care of any situation in what's human. Well, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Foriam, and in today's guide I've got you covered, as I'm gonna show you an insane starter build which hits like a truck and provide you with some essential survival tips to take care of any situation in the early, mid and late game. From loadout to skill upgrades and must-know survival hacks, this guide has it all, so let's get right to it. I already have plenty of essential was human guides filled with tips and tricks to get started with the game. Yesterday, I shared an insane AFK resource farm which you want to have set up already as quick as possible to have basically all the resources you will ever need. You can find it in the top right of the screen. Anyways, let's start off with the requirements. And don't you worry guys, it's not much, as you can already start with this build at around level 5 to 10, while I do recommend you to be level 20 or higher, because then this one is going to become so much more powerful. So let's quickly check out the Cradle for some memetics, which I can very much recommend you to pick up early. Of course, go for all the basics which you're going to need with the tutorial to start off your base, while you also want to have the essential tools right here: ammunition, gear workbench, basic gear, and then also pick up the long range firepower, because with this you can start crafting sniper rifles with which you can one-tap your enemies, even on a higher level with low level gear, which is extremely satisfying. And the crazy thing about the crossbow, in my opinion, especially for clearing trash mobs, is that once you've retrieved your arrows, you can simply reshoot them, so you will never lose ammo, or you don't have to waste precious resources for it, which in my opinion makes it a top tier weapon, especially for the early game. So let's quickly check out workbench for the weapons you want to craft. Essentially, the crossbow on the first tier, it will only deal 217 damage, while if you craft it on a higher tier, it will deal much more than that. You can basically bump this damage up big time depending on the crafting materials you use right here. While for the sniper rifle, you're going to need that memetics upgrade, which we talked about earlier. And the crazy thing is, if you find new blueprints, you can really make this build shine. I mean, this one comes with an 8 magazine, also upgradable with the damage on different tiers. While in the armor tab, you simply want to craft the raid set. This one can be accessed from the very beginning with also one of those memetics upgrades. But trust me guys, if you craft higher tiers, this will increase your damage output and survivability drastically. So remember to craft both the crossbow and the sniper rifle, while the rest is all the raid set. But most importantly, after you've done that, you can further upgrade these items. If you visit Workbench, go check out Calibration, as this is where your tools become very powerful. You can see that this one gets calibrated 4 times, now with 319 damage. So let me quickly craft a standard tier 1 crossbow to show you exactly how it works. So this one only requires basic locks. Now, if we go to the calibration menu and click on this weapon, you can see that every time when we throw some copper on the table, this one actually bumps up the damage big time. But of course, once you've unlocked higher tiers, for which you're going to need a better workbench, let me quickly show you how you can get that as well. In the memetics tab, you simply want to go to crafting and go to the intermediate workbench right here. This is how you'll be able to craft higher tiers. So right now, instead of a standard tier 1 crossbow, we can craft tier 3 or even 4 if we get our hands on the right materials. Well, right now, I'm going to go with a standard tier 3, which already comes with much higher base damage without any calibration. While right now, we can just calibrate this one for a whole lot of metal and check out the damage increments. While we're at it, I'm also going to craft this tier 3 sniper rifle, which we can now also calibrate for up to 7 times if we have the resources. It's time for me to smelt some more steel, and man, look at that, I still have over 1,000. This is why you want to have that insane AFK farm set up already, as my Diggy boys are just constantly farming this resource, so I can just pick it up right here. I never ever have to focus on any type of farming. Well, for armor, yeah, you can find all sorts of blueprints, while these all come with the pretty much same stats, as you can see right here. But this is where you will find some bonus weapon damage, maximum load, which I think is pretty interesting for the early game when farming for resources. This one comes with heavy melee damage, and this one comes with weapon damage. So if you start unlocking the scout set, I think this is a pretty nice one to equip. I think it does look a little bit weird, while you can always go and change your equipment with some cosmetics, which you also unlock when playing. Another way how you can drastically increase your damage output is modding. So be sure to do this at all times. As right now we're going to equip those new weapons we just crafted. But if you do so, you can right click them, and this is where you will have that sweet mod slot. You can also equip some accessories and cosmetics later on, but check it out. So right here we have all sorts of mods which you can put into your weapon. This one, for example, comes with a crit rate of 9, weak spot damage, etc. So we're going to put this on the sniper rifle to boost its damage output, while I think for the crossbow I already have one equipped. This one also with a +9 critical rate. If we want even more crit damage and maximum HP, if we right click to enhance it, let me also quickly show you how to do this. So if you go to your mods, this is where you can enhance them by right clicking, which is going to cost you some resources, but when you hold to enhance, just want to press confirm. Look at that. We just got our hands on a damage against elite enemies. Can also be this one right here. It's kind of RNG, but if you're not happy with a mod, you can always just go to your disassembly bench and just place everything right here. I'm not going to salvage the purple one, so let's unselect and then press disassemble, including for your armor. So for this, I think it's nice to focus on increased weapon damage as core effects. I'll also have it equipped right here, so this will also dramatically boost your damage output. This one comes with critical strike, damage, and rate. Got some more crit damage, crit rate, so all this that basically boosts your damage, maybe a little bit of HP. Weak spot damage is going to contribute even further to your damage output. On top of that, guys, this is where the build really starts to shine. Go and check out the Cradle tab, and this is where you will find Cradle Overrides. From the very beginning, you will already have access to the season start upgrades, handgun enhancement, automatic or SMG. We've got the long range enhancement right here, and this is the one you want to pick up because it increases your damage by 20% for both sniper rifles and crossbows. You will even have a 30% chance to automatically reload one bullet from the backpack upon defeating a target. And the crazy thing is, with a crossbow, well, you will always do that reload. And with another Cradle upgrade, which you can find a little bit further down the list, you can choose the tactical combo with another 25% damage increment for 4 seconds after reloading or even switching your weapons. So if you're using both the crossbow for weaker targets and the sniper rifle with this build, well, you can constantly increase your damage output when switching the weapon or simply reloading it, which makes it super satisfying. And especially for quickly tapping down enemies, I think the sniper rifle with an 8 size magazine is amazing. Since we're all about maximizing our damage output, especially for PvP, you also want to focus on advanced ammunition. Arrows, for example, come with no damage boost. They will take the base damage of the weapon with all the bonuses added, of course, while if we look at the copper ones, these increase your damage by another 5%. Same counts for the bullets. Say we go for the sniper rifle ammo, nothing too fancy right here, while if we look at the copper sniper rifle ammo, increases your psi intensity and damage per shot by 4%. If you get a crit, of course, that's a whole lot more than that. So be sure to always craft the top tier ones, for which you're gonna need some of that Stardust source. Some quick survival tips for you guys to make life so much easier for healing up, eating food, drinks, etc. Especially regaining your sanity, because becoming insane in this game can be pretty annoying, for which I think it's amazing to always have a couple of these sanity gummies with you. While for water, I simply recommend you to boil water, so you can always have that on the go, drink some agua. While for food, you just want to check out the stove and make all sorts of dishes right here. The sanity gummies especially important and only accessible after you've unlocked a Babetix upgrade, which you can find in the cooking tab or logistics basically. Unlock stoves, dishes 1, air frying, dishes 2, and then you will gain access to the electric stoves, which is where you will find the electric stove itself, some very nice dishes, but also the sanity gummy. For healing up, even reviving in tricky situations, you want to check out the crafting tab, unlock essential tools, then HP recovery, with which you can unlock the activator, while adrenaline shots, I think, are amazing for solo PvE, as if you go down during a boss fight, well, this is basically what brings you back into the game instantly. So you can craft them in your supplies workbench right here, make quick activators, while I think the regular activators are already great. Another upgrade to not only heal, but also regain sanity in the building menu right here is the basic furniture. As with this one, you will unlock your beds. It will help you to sleep at night or during the day whenever you want, but this will help you to get rid of that insanity super fast. So you don't even have to consume any of those sanity gummies. While at the same time, if you have a cat nearby, well, this one will also give you some sweet bonuses. Also a deviant, which I covered in yesterday's video, so be sure to check it out in the top right of the screen. You know what, let's quickly go and check out the Gaia Cliff Monolith boss. Level 20 recommended. And wow, look at that. We easily got a reload on our sniper rifle, so we don't have to reload it with that perk which we talked about earlier. But let's check out the boss. Level 20 with also recommended players too. While with this build, guys, it's going to be a walk in the park. You'll be able to take out this boss. Anyways, let's switch to our sniper rifle and take care of that first thing right there. That's numero uno. We're gonna need to take care of two more right here. So uno and dos, that's it. Still a lot more bullets in the magazine. Whee! So now we can already start dealing damage to the boss, which is, well, going to take care of it very quickly. So that was the first magazine, already more than 1/3 of the HP. That's numero 2. He was only able to cost one ability so far, so you can tell that he goes down super fast. And that is already it for the boss fight. So yeah, GG. Now we can pick up the treasure chest with a whole lot of mods. So if you want to farm for some great mods for your build, well, this is the place to be. We already picked up one weapon, one armor mod, and right now, if we want, we can just leave the dungeon, confirm, and even give it another spin to basically farm this dungeon for a whole lot more experience, resources, and of course, the best mods for your build. Look at that. This time we even found a recurve bow, even more of the mods which you can use for your build. Sweet. So guys, there you have it. Everything you need to know to become OP early game. Hit like a truck, simply one tap most of the enemies and take care of bosses in no time. If you enjoyed the content, would be amazing if you can spare 1 second of your time, hit that like button and also share your thoughts in the comments down below. Maybe you have more suggestions or advice for people to make this build even more powerful, or questions, suggestions for future videos, always very welcome in the comments down below. Right now though, it's 4 AM out. I want to wish you an amazing day. I'll check you in the next video or live stream. Peace.